another topic, that is the tablet. This is come under the solid dosage form and also known as the unit dosage form. As per their packaging, that is available in the single unit, so that it is known as unit dosage form. Tablet is defined as the pharmaceutical dosage form containing active pharmaceutical ingredient and pharmaceutical excipient. Okay. This is prepared by the compression method, that is the large scale production, and or molding method in the small scale production. Okay, next. So first we come to the advantage of solid dosage form. As you know that tablet is a very popular dosage form. This is known as the conventional dosage form. And first advantage is the accurate doses. As compared to the liquid dosage form, there is, if you see, that is the dose, that is the accurate dose comes into the tablet dosage form. That means if that is the 100 milligram of tablets, that means 100 milligram, or 500 milligram tablets, that means 500 milligram tablet. Second advantage is the tablet dosage form is to shipping and handling, easy to handle and easy to shipping as compared to the liquid dosage form. And also next advantage is the less shelf space needed per dose than for the liquid. If you compare with the liquid dosage form, this tablet cover the very few space. Okay. Next advantage is the no preservative requirement, because tablet don't have the more that is the liquid thing. In case of liquid dosage form, liquids has the water or the aqua, so they are more prone to the microorganism attack. So in case of the tablet dosage form, as compared to liquid, there is a less preservation requirement in case of tablet dosage form. Okay. So generally, if you see the stability of the dosage form, so tablet is the more stable as compared to the liquid dosage for the other dosage form. Another advantage is easy to swallow, appropriate for the special release forms, and best suited to large scale production, and more stable for all other oral dosage form. And it is essentially tamper proof. So that is the previously there is the advantage. Now we come to the disadvantage, because everything has their advantage and disadvantage both. So that means the in case of tablet there is not lot of disadvantage, but if you see that is the nature of the or the compression method for the tablet, very challenging. Like some amorphous drugs or flocculent or low density character material which we want to compress is more challenging. This is the disadvantage. And if we see the drug, also see the nature of the drug, or the some drugs has the noxious and very bitter in taste. So and some are very sensitive to the oxygen or atmospheric moisture, so they require the encapsulation and entrapment before compression. So there is the extra attention for the this types of preparation. If we talking about the some of the type of drugs which are poor wetting, slow dissolution property, and intermediate to large dose, these are the disadvantages of tablets. Next. So now we come to the formulation. Formulation of tablets. So as you know that is the tablets are made up of two things: active pharmaceutical ingredient plus excipient. Active pharmaceutical and excipient, or the additives. It's also known as the additives. Why we need these excipients? So there is the lot of excipients we are used. So for the preparation of tablets, we are taking the active forms के अंदर, and another was the excipients. The number of excipients are used in the tablet manufacturing. First is the diluents. Next is the binders. Another one is the disintegrant. Okay. Another one is the lubricant. Lubricant, glidants, it will come into the same categories. Anti-adherent. Last one is the sweetening or flavoring. Sweetening and flavoring. So these are the formulations or the excipient which are used into the tablet manufacturing. If you are talking about the diluents, so diluents, that is the basically diluents are used as a fillers because in tablet preparation we are using the active pharmaceutical ingredients. They are very few, that is the weight is very few, so it is not easy to compress in the tablet form. So we require the material which are inert in nature, and they act as a fillers. Okay, so there is example of diluents, that is cellulose derivative, dextrose, lactose, mannitol, starch, sorbitol, and sucrose, and calcium phosphate. So diluent may improve cohesion, permit direct compression, and promote flow. If you are talking about there is the example of some common diluent. So next slide. And now we come to the binders. What is the role of binders? Basically, binders are used into the wet granulation method. That is the wet or dry granulation method. That is, it is used for to the granulation method. Which are used to promote the granulation or to promote cohesive compact during the direct compression. So binders are used into the wet granulation and dry granulation, which promote the cohesiveness and promote the flow of the powder to form into the granule formation. There is the common binding agent which come under this category, to 20% of the aqueous preparation of cornstarch, 25 to 50% of the solution of glucose and molasses, various natural gums such as acacia, usually contaminated with bacteria, cellulose derivative, for example methyl cellulose, carboxymethyl cellulose, microcrystalline cellulose. Another example is the gelatin and povidone. Now we come to the disintegrant. What is the role of disintegrant? Because when we intake the tablets, okay, administer the tablet orally, it should be break down into the GIT. So we are using this such type of material which help into the burst out of the compressed tablet. So disintegrator are added to tablet formulation to facilitate disintegration when the tablet come in contact with water into the gastrointestinal tract. How can it act? Basically, the disintegrant function by the drawing the water into the tablet and swelling and causing the tablet to burst. Okay. Tablet disintegration may be critical to the subsequent dissolution of the drug and the satisfactory drug bioavailability. So disintegrant directly affect the bioavailability and solubility of the drug. Now you come to the lubricant, anti-adherent, and glidant. Basically, these ingredients are used into the tablet.